tufurahishe wanasiasa. Ati it's our community. Ni vijana yetu. You think it's a game to fight up someone else from somewhere else. Eventually, watu kulala kwa manyumba becomes a problem. Me, I come from a place where banditry is a big issue. Yeah? If I don't do what Michuki did in Kerio Valley huko, will I retire to a place yenye watu wako? Nikikuwa hivi ati tupendane na wakora na nini. So you guys, you must be ruthless kwa gangs so that it cannot terrorize the people of Kiambu and East Central region. And I really beg you, if you play around with these politics that in vijana yetu, I see some people coming to have justification. There is no justification for having a parallel system of government where people are collecting taxes, where people are not sleeping in the house, where people are being intimidated, where somebody who has not worked on anything is taking revenue from somebody who has done his job. We have to be ruthless and we have to be serious in dealing with these gangs. Tumeelewana? Hamtujaelewana. Even the way you are responding, hatujaelewana. Tumeelewana? Bado. Tumeelewana? If we don't deal with this issue decisively, we will be blamed. You and me will be blamed for holding public office at a time when we allowed criminals to run amok in our country. So we must be serious. We can play about other things. Michezo ya mambo ingine tutafanya hiyo karata ya siasa ya nini. It doesn't matter. You know, this country is very interesting. You know? Usiweke siasa sana kwa hii maneno. So uliona jana mwenye alikuwa hapa ameingia pale, mwenye alikuwa pale analia huko, mwenye alikuwa yu. Lakini tukiwacha nchi, country, there is only one country called Kenya. And when it burns down, we will be running, all of us. It doesn't matter who was the president and who was a sweeper. We will all be running around as a country. And it starts small. Tutakuwa kama Haiti and other countries if we don't deal with this issue of gangs. So gangs, because Kiambu we have a problem, Nairobi we have a problem, Nakuru we have a problem, Kakamega we have a problem, we have dismantled Kakamega, Zimbaya, Kisumu we have a problem. We must not allow this. Nimewacha message kwa Nakuru and I'm waiting for the results. We cannot allow, and I am going to be waiting for the results from here. County Commander and your team, we must dismantle everything. Where is the County Commander? He was somewhere. We must be able to deal. Yes, Madam. County Commander and Regional Commander, you must do your job to sort out this issue of gangs, and let us be ruthless. And let's go for the individuals that are helping perpetuate this, especially extortion. Mtu anajifanya ni kamangira, lakini amejificha hapo, is collecting money from people's businesses, matatus and so forth. Let us be serious people. Let's protect our country. The last issue is gender-based violence. We have a problem in the country, a creeping problem of gender-based violence. Watu wanapiga bibi zao. Alafu we want to normalize it that alikuwa na discipline bibi yake. Any form of an adult above 18 beating another adult, that is violence. Hakuna kitu. Hata siku hizi, even if you beat a child, it's also violence. We must face the problem of gender-based violence head on. But also kuna wanaume wanachapwa kwanza hapa. And especially women take advantage of their spouses kwa sababu wamepotelea pombe. Wakishalewa, pengine bwana zamani alikuwa anapika bibi. Sasa ameanza kuingia pombe, bibi amepata nafasi ananyorosha bwana yake. Wazee kwa sehemu hizi wanalala chini ya kitanda. We must be able to deal with this issue. That is violence. It doesn't matter whether it was the husband or it was the wife. That is violence. Na mimi naomba nyinyi chiefs na OCS. OCS. Kuna OCSs, mzee akikuja kuripoti kwamba bibi yake amempiga, anamwambia rudia tena, ati umepigwa na nani? Wewe ni mwanaume aina gani? That is why we have gender desk. Gender desk is not for women alone. It's to serve both women and men. And we must be conscious of this fact. I was in Bomet the other day. It's a big problem there, gender-based violence. We must not allow gender-based violence. That's why watu wanawawa. This is also a problem we face with our police officers. OCSs. Early warning. Ukiona officer mwenye ako na mental health challenges and is really complaining about 1, 2, 3, instead of waiting for him to use his gun to kill somebody else, let us resolve this problem early. Number, on the same issue, hakuna alternative dispute resolution for violence. Violence ikifanyika, OCS, kotini. Usiseme wacha tu wamesikizana. That's why we need continuous training of our OCSs. Ndio mtu asikuja kusema mkubwa, hao watu walikuwa wamepigana kweli lakini wamesikizana, wamesameana, tukawaachilia hawa. That is a crime against the state. And that applies the same to sexual violence. Defilement, yenye imezidi, yenye especially from kuna pedophiles. Especially family members, parents, fathers preying on their own children. That is an issue we must deal with. Tusiweke chini ya meza. Including using children. You know, because it's an urban area, using children for prostitution purposes. That is something we must be ruthless about. That's why ulisikia juzi niliposikia hii story yenye ilikuwa Mai, we took it very seriously. Because that problem exists. It exists in many, especially urban areas and along the busy northern corridor. Bahati mbaya too, in the same documentary, some characters lied to the people who are doing the news, kwamba they were underage and they were overage. But it doesn't extinguish the fact that we are struggling with issues about sexual offenses, including defilement and also trafficking in women for purpose of sexual purposes. We must be able to deal with that issue and confront face to face. There is no kind of crime that we are going to condone. Tumeelewana ndugu zangu? Now, let me respond to a few issues that you have raised. Ya kwanza, and most of these things have been written. The rapporteurs are there. It will be contained in the report of for all of it. We are finishing this process before the end of next month, and the whole report. As I told you, many policies have been changed already, courtesy of these meetings. And as we progress, we are farming it up. We get few more ideas, but the report will capture the key issues of every county. Then we'll see how these issues are going to be addressed. I agree on terms of your welfare. You know that when we came in, the chiefs had stayed. I was shocked when we were in APTC Juzi. Yani the chiefs who have worked for 20 years, they've never been trained by anybody. You know? Wabi chief hapa mwenye hajawahi trainiwa for 15 years. Akisaf. Maybe Kiambu is better. Kuna mtu hajawahi kwenda this training yenye tunaenda sasa. Where are these? Yes. You see 50. You've done more than 15. How many? 12 years. Nani amefanya 15? 10 before training. Kiambu mkumbe mko sawa. Some places people have gone, even when we were in APTC, there were people who are 20 years, 15 years, 17 years. At least you are doing better. How many people who have stayed 8 years? Hawajakuwa trained? It is not a punishment. It was not your mistake. You are not, I've seen 8, 7 years, 7, 6, 5. So nyinyi wote, how many people have never been trained? Here, simama tu, simameni, just stand. People who are yet to go to Embakasi. It's not bad. It's not too bad. Some counties are worse. Please be seated. So when we came in, we realized we have 8,000 chiefs who have never been trained. And as I told you, you will finish this by December. So, and as soon as we finish the training, it will be followed by the necessary promotions that have been delayed. So ule chief alisema kwa hapa, to pay a waiver, there is no need for waiver. Because now we have fast-tracked the training itself. For ACCs, wale ambao tuliwa train, wamebaki 300. We are going to finish. Munajua tukiwa graduation, His Excellency the President gave us the resources to complete the 300 of you to be trained and then be promoted. Mambo ya stagnation generally across the board. Nimewambia mambo ya police officers, what we have changed already, and I already explained to you earlier. We have a problem here, offices generally across the board. I appreciate we have one member of parliament here to represent the others. And one of the things that we need to work with, and I am supporter of NGCDF myself. Yeah, I've seen what it has done in the education sector. And I think we are going to work together with members of parliament, and I told them Tuesday when I was in parliament that we restructure it so that we build our offices for chiefs, ACCs, na mambo ya police stations. We have some of the worst police stations in the country. We have many terrible police stations. Nana akona police station in the 1930s. Hapa. 30s. Ilijengwa 30s, 40s. 1950s. You're in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60 something. You can